Hey everyone, how's it going? BlueRiser here, and one thing I've always wondered is the Ultra Awakening. It's a thing that was added back last year, and I wondered how useful could it be in making mediocre characters into better characters. So over the past few months, ever since Ultra Awaken had come out, I've been testing and seeing which characters would be better if I Ultra Awakened them. And normally these were fodder characters I had anyway for my multitude of summoning. So I had these guys and I just had them available, so I said why not? At that point I didn't have any Smash Fest characters, so I had really nothing to lose, and I think this is a good experiment anyway, as I myself love seeing stats and statistics, seeing the rise from the previous self to their new self from Ultra Awakening is very interesting to me. Now, we have to go over something for Ultra Awakening. What is Ultra Awakening? I did a video on this in the past, but I think this time around I have more knowledge and I think I can tell you exactly what it is and how you can understand it easier. Alright, as you can see here, we have 5 slots. Every time you Ultra Awaken a character, that means fuse a character with the same name into the character that you're trying to Ultra Awaken, and it is successful, then you gain 1 slot. If you're fusing a duplicate of a character, it's a guaranteed Ultra Awaken. Now, the very important thing to remember is the Ultra Awakening relies on the character type, not the character attribute, not power, technique, speed, heart, or intelligence. Those are the attributes. The character types are attack, defense, tank, support, and balance. Those are the character types, and that's what Ultra Awakening relies on. And all of them work the same, okay? So an attack type, or a tank type, or a defensive type, you can kind of see which one of those guys excel at, right? Attack, defense, and health. All of them, for their first Ultra Awakening slot, will gain 2% of what they excel at. And then at the last slot, the 5th slot, they'll gain 5% at what they excel at. So tank types, health, attack types, attack, defense types, defense, so on and so forth. Support types will be SP, but overall a fully Ultra Awakened character has a 7% increase in whatever they excel at. And then the second Ultra Awakening slot is for their attribute. So we have this Dabi here as an intelligence type. Now he's going to do 5% more damage to heart types. If we had a power type Deku, he would then do more damage to technique type characters, aka green types. Overall it helps them gain their advantage against their positive affinity. Then, for every single character, every single Ultra Awakening, the 3rd slot is increased special attack damage by 5%. And again, every other one, and the same for number 4, is increased critical percentage. So your critical damage. So now that we understand Ultra Awakening, we can understand that it really relies on their character type, and not so much their attribute, as only one of the slots affect their attributes. And what better way to start this one is with this Dabi itself, which I believe is actually my second Ultra Awakened character. So over at the side, you're going to see the Dabi's old stats compared to his new stats right now. And as you can see, his health has gone up almost 6,000, and his SP is what's really good here, because his SP is now over 300, and his special attack costs 150. He can shoot out 2 special attacks at once, which is very good, you know, after the cooldown. Unfortunately, his defense isn't that high, so it's not really saving him for much. But both his health and attack have gone up substantially, enough to call him good enough to do at least difficult quests. Not the highest difficulty, but at least he'll be doing decent, with defense being his only issue. And this isn't a breakdown, but I have to say, if you increase his ability as a tank type, you have a pretty good tank Dabi here. Again, by no means the level of a 6-star, but he's doing alright. Well, what about this old school Ida? This is defensive type, so obviously his defense is going up. This Ida's doing pretty well in the SP terms, as he almost has 300 SP, so just a little bit more of a push towards that, and you have an Ida who can use at least his special attack 3 times in a row after cooldown. Unfortunately, his attack isn't going up much, and his defense really isn't a saving grace either. If it passed 5,100, I think he would be relatively good. But that's not really the case. And that's going to be the case for a bit of them, spoiler alert, that these 4 to 5 stars, even with plus Ultra Awakening, things can still be hard for them. They're still not that great of units. While their numbers look great, it doesn't really match up to a character who's already their level, has their kind of stats at their max level. And what I mean by that, I mean by 6 stars. Well, what about Culture Fest Kirishima? He's actually my first plus Ultra character, which is pretty funny because he's pretty mediocre at best. But after Ultra Awakening, you can see he actually got a pretty good bump up there, with 5,000 attack being pretty decent, at least able to handle harder enemies. He would be decent for EX farming, especially with a special attack like his. Again, you can see here, most Ultra Awakened characters have a lot of SP. If anything, that seems to be the saving grace for Ultra Awakening, that their SP goes up beyond the limit that their base level allows them to. Most characters can only use the special attack once, and then they have to build SP up again. But that's not the case here. Well, what about Kendo? Kendo was actually a pretty heavy hitter back when she first came out. There weren't many 4 to 5 stars that would deal 5,000 damage. It was rare, with very low defense, but again, she has SP to use her special attack twice, which is pretty good with 5,000 attack. If anything, she could just be a powerhouse if you stack her with attack gadgets or something that increases attacker type gadgets. I mean characters. Then we go to my very first 5-star, which is this Tsuyu, which I like a lot because Tsuyu is my favorite. But again, you look at her stats and it's like, it's just there. You would expect breaking their limits and going to like level 95 would bring it a little higher. Like things would be at the late 4,000s, but it's not. Like in an ideal world, Ultra Awakened characters all have stats that are over 4,500. At least if they're a 5-star, I should say. It's truly a shame, but that 300 SP is pretty good. But I know this card, I have a very fond part in my heart because this one helped me get through the story. What about Mineta? What about freaking Mineta? Nothing. Nothing good whatsoever. All of it's bad. But he has 400 SP, 400. And remember, this Mineta is a stalling character. He just stops enemy. Then you switch him out for a stronger character like a Smash Rush or something, and then you have someone who stops enemies constantly. With a low SP cost and high SP, he's doing a job that many characters can't do. But just don't rely on him to take damage or do damage. Now, something I was even wondering before is, could it save a 3 to 4 star? Could it really save them? The answer is no. Look at this Bakugo. Pretty bad. His defense barely went up. Or maybe this Mountain Lady. Again, look at that defense. Oh, it's bad. Kamui. Nope. Aizawa. Nope. He has a nice health. I can say that. And I mean, I could probably go on and on with every single character here, but I think you pretty much get the point. Ultra Awakening doesn't seem to be very viable unless it's a 6-star. Now, do I regret doing this? Not at all. I think it's pretty cool to have all these shiny characters around. I'm just weird like that though. But yeah, if you're sitting on fodder characters and you have a good Smash Fest unit, I would say just try to save up until you have enough where you know you can keep throwing fodder at the Smash Fest unit to Ultra Awaken them. Because I've only seen one Smash Fest character all the way Ultra Awakened, and it's pretty goddamn crazy. Oh, speaking of which, I got the Bakugo and Himiko. Obviously, you saw in the beginning of the video. I just forgot to mention it. I was doing some polls off camera, and I was like, I'm not going to get anything. I was like, Himiko's back though, so let me just put one multi in there. I got her in a single multi, and I got 2 Bakugo. 2 of the Culture Fest Bakugos and 1 multi. I believe it was like the 30 one. So it's pretty crazy I got them. I'm going to save the 5-star Culture Fest Bakugo, my duplicate, for when I get Smash Fest Bakugo. Or maybe even godlier Bakugo that comes out later in the future. But yeah, we're done here. It was a nice experiment just to check out what characters look like when they're Ultra Awakened. I kept making the mistake of saying plus Ultra and Ultra Awakened and then plus Ultra Awakened. I hate the name. I wish it was just like plus Ultra or something. I get it, Ultra Awakened, but still. But yeah, tell me what you think about Ultra Awakening. Do you like it? Do you use it? Do you fuse characters for luck instead of Ultra Awakening? Tell me what you do. Now, I'll definitely see you guys next time. Expect a breakdown of Himiko pretty soon. I'm not sure when though. And the Bakugo. I want to actually redo the older characters I did in the past, but I'm not sure yet. And without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out the Discord. We're trying to hit 100 people by the end of the year. We're doing pretty well, I have to say. And of course, there's secret stuff at the Discord. Not really. It's not secret stuff, but check it out. See you guys next time. Peace out.